Sergio Perez moved teams over the winter, went to Red Bull in his sixth race for his new team. Sergio Perez wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel moved teams. He picks up his first podium for Aston Martin and their first podium in Formula One. Pierre Gasly's back on the podium too for AlphaTauri as he comes home third.
Yes! Oh my God, what a race! In the paddock F1, Greeny and the cheese. David Croft's call on Sky Sports via Formula1.com. As always, the land of fire. Azerbaijan in the city of winds. Baku does not disappoint. Madness, madness, madness. Greeny, good evening.
Madness by the Caspian Sea, as we predicted just last night. And what a race it was for all those fans who wanted to see chaos and the unthinkable occur and, maybe pull in, 12,000 to 1 on their trifectas. What a wild, wild race. Wild indeed in Baku, as you should expect. And I don't know. I mean, maybe you shouldn't expect that because that was pretty wild. First thought, obviously, Sergio Perez, congratulations. First time, sixth race in a Red Bull car and takes home first. I had a dream last night that Sergio was going to win.
Shut your mouth.
Didn't help my gambling at all. But
shut your mouth.
I did have a dream he was going to win. With Max right down the stretch, lap 50 wasn't 51, 47 crashes out. He's in first. He crashes out. Charles Leclerc couldn't hold. He lost the lead in lap 2 to Lewis Hamilton, who he goes off course after the restart and has to use the little bat tunnel there and madness. Absolute madness. Mercedes scores 0 points. You have scored no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. Yeah, wild one, man. Absolute wild.
Oh my God, dude. Out of control. Absolutely out of control. Lance Stroll with the tire exploding. Then the same tire that blew up on his car blows up on Max's car when he's way out in front, coasting to victory, basically. Takes a while to clean that mess up, and red flag in the race. Then they go to a cold start, restart. Lewis locks it up, goes flying into the access area. Utter madness. Just
smoking.
I was waiting for those things to catch fire. Look at chimney those things were. It was oh man.
Oh man, that was wild. That was
he got those things way too heated up. And wow, just absolute utter madness. Congratulations, Sergio, getting a second win, first in the Red Bull. Absolutely, of course, but wow. Just wow. Utter madness. And Pirelli's got some splaining to do. Because two different constructors, same tire, pretty close to same amount of laps on those tires. Pirelli had said those tires could go longer. Pirelli made the decision to bring a softer compound grouping this week than they did the last time we were at Baku. So Pirelli's got some explaining to do. And if you heard the calls during the race when the heads of each team were almost calling the FIA to say, "Yo, we gotta red flag this race so people can change tires so we don't have this happen again." I mean, nobody's getting any warning and tires are exploding. You can't be having this at 200 miles an hour. Pirelli's got some explaining to do.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are going down that straight, and that's a long straight, and you're flying. And you're flying obviously 200, 210 miles per hour they're topping off at. And a lot of crazy things can happen at that speed, and we saw a lot of crazy things happening at that speed. A lot of stop and go, as we know in Baku, a lot of 190 to 180, 190 miles an hour down to 50, 60, 70 miles an hour in a very short period of time to make these turns. And yeah, tires were definitely an issue. A lot of slipping and sliding, way more crashing than we're used to. And I haven't rolled back the tape and seen exactly what happened with Max Verstappen. And I haven't rolled back and seen exactly what happened with Lewis Hamilton and why those brakes were just smoking. That's really what the fans come to see is Lewis and Max. Neither of them scored a single point. Bottas in the Mercedes scores 0 points, and Sergio Perez is like the least talked about winner of the year, right? You have Sergio out there winning a race, and he's like the 5th biggest story of the day. So a pretty wild one. Baku, what do you expect? You're racing through a castle. This is what happens.
Well, with Stroll and Verstappen, that was just tire blowouts. I mean, usually with a puncture, the team is going to get some kind of warning, an indication, tire pressure drop or something like that. But when the tire just absolutely fails, the sidewall blows out, that's a construction issue. The drivers didn't like these tires going into the season. They're heavy. So Pirelli's there's going to be an investigation. I guarantee it. All the teams will demand it. When you have a tire exploding at 200 miles an hour, these tires are supposed to be designed to not have that happen. It's a major safety issue. That absolutely has to be looked at.
Yeah, it's a major safety issue. Yeah, you guys are going 200 miles an hour. Your tires are failing on you. And I mean, again, I don't know, like I said, exactly what happened. I know we have the tire issues, but holy moly, man. I mean, what a race. And, luckily no one got hurt. This was a different season with these tire issues and that straightaway. Just lucky nobody got hurt out there because that Max crash that was tough. He whipped around, whipped that wheel around, and he came out pretty hard going into that wall. And even though he gave the thumbs up, that's pretty tough. Ocon as well, crashing out, and Lance Stroll, as we said earlier, also crashing out. So a lot of crash outs, a lot of craziness. Final thoughts on the top of the leaderboard today.
Well, Sergio was Baku. Flying. Absolutely deserved the win. He was good all weekend. Sergio was good all weekend. He got caught out. Reason he started back with but there's a rough start was because he was further back with getting caught out, not getting that second run with all the red flags and hoopla that happened during qualifying. But he was just moving, and he absolutely deserves the win. Great to see Seb get on the podium and get a second, and also Gasly. It was just a great race. There were a lot of good, really close battles during the race, all throughout the field. Baku always gives good racing. Just without the tire blowouts, would have been a lot better. Would have been better if you would have had some of the bigger boys still in there. Max should have won the race. Tire doesn't blow, fail. He wins the race. but it's great for Sergio.
Yeah, well, we got a lot more to talk about after the break. We definitely, as you cut me off there in the middle of my sentence, definitely are going to be talking about McLaren, Ferrari, and of course our number 2 and number 3, rounding out the podium today. Of course, the aforementioned former champion. Look at him, Sebastian Vettel, second today. Pierre Gasly, third today. That and so much more. Greeny and the Cheese in the Paddock F1. Back after this. What's up, everyone? Greeny from In the Paddock here. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Please let me explain. It's free. Okay, free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you for free, so it can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many, many more. You can make money as well. Money with your podcast. No minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. We are back. Greeny and the Cheese in the Paddock F1. We got some winners. We got some losers. Very, very interesting how many, we had a race, was it last race, the race before that, where we had not a single driver outside of the ones that did finish the race lose a single place from start to finish. Not a single one. Everyone was either plus or even. This week, not so much. We had a lot of risers, a lot of fallers, a lot of driving into the wall, a lot of brakes on fire, a lot of smoking, a lot of all kinds of stuff going on here. So, Cheese, I'm sure you have a lot to say about this week's
All right, we're going to start with the losers.
So it's all you, Rob.
Mercedes. Massive losers. Bottas 12th was just stuck there all day. Couldn't do anything. I don't know what's going on with him. He's got something going on in his head or something like that. I don't know. He's just not there. Struggling massively. Lewis 15th. Wow. When was the last time you saw Lewis finish 15th in a race? Wow. Totally overcooked the brakes on that second formation lap before the restart. Totally overcooked them. Went to hit those brakes going to the turn 1 and just instantly locked them up. Scooted off and finishes 15th. Just awful. Especially after Max crashes. And you can take total advantage, get a massive amount of points. He even said right before that start, this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And then that happens. Massive mistake. Massive chance to take advantage. Massive losers for Mercedes. We're going to give Max Verstappen a loser just because, it wasn't his fault. But the chance to gain more points on Lewis, it's going to end up being a loser. Carlos Sainz, definite loser. I don't know what the heck happened there. If he fell asleep at the wheel or something like that there at the castle section. But come on, Jesus. Trash. We know the Ferrari didn't have race pace, but Charles, come on, man, you got to do a little bit better than that. You got to figure something out. Now to the winners. Yuki Tsunoda. Nice little top 10 finish there. It's with Yuki. Very nice to see, especially at the difficult circuit of Baku when everybody else is crashing out. Nice finish there. Gasly third. AlphaTauri crew boys were going bananskas with Gasly finishing third. He was fast all race long, ran down the Ferrari, blew by him, and absolutely held on to that with a nice restart. Sebastian Vettel, looking like old Seb. Definitely a winner. Probably the winner, driver of the day in my book. Just an all-around fantastic race. Great strategy from Aston Martin, and Seb looking like old Seb. And those are my winners and my losers, sir. Comments?
Yeah, that's a pretty robust list of winners and losers. Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, just looking at it, total lost places this week for Ferrari, -6 start to finish, and holy moly, -15 for Mercedes start to finish, and no points for you. On the opposite end, I mean, you have the DNF from Red Bull. I mean, could Honda? I'm sorry, McLaren. I apologize. They've been the team of the day. I mean, look at that. +8 places. Sneaky with Lando's disaster, and but Danny picking up places, finishing in the top 10 after the disaster in qualifying as well. Yeah, a lot going on up and down the race. Definitely not a boring race here this week in Baku, the low-lying city of Baku. But we still have the SMDSFT award, and that is...
I need to slap my goddamn self for that.
Slap my damn self for that award. And, geez, your list was very, very robust, so I'm not even sure you even have anything for...
I do.
The award tonight, but let's see if you can...
I do have somebody for slap my own damn self. I actually had 2 choices that I was deciding on. And I still haven't completely decided on, because it's a really tough call. But I'm going to go with Pirelli. Because that was just trash. You can't have tires exploding. We had this problem a number of years ago at Silverstone. I mean, it ends up being a little bit of a problem here with Pirelli. You got other tire providers in other racing series. Their tires ain't just exploding left and right like this. This is bad. And when you put driver safeties at risk, that's absolutely bad. I mean, do you see the guy during the broadcast when they were showing the Aston Martin on the wrecker? And the Pirelli dude was trying to pull the bag over the tire to hide it, to hide the evidence. Did you see this, Michael? Did you see that? Did you see this? Did you see the dude pulling the bag down? The guy's bringing the camera there, he's looking at it, and the dude's over there. He's pulling the tire now. Don't look over here. Don't look over here. Nothing to see. Nothing to see here. You got to get your own sleep. You absolutely get the slap my own damn self award for that. I mean, that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. He's over there pulling the bag down over the thing. Come on, dude. Come on. Embarrassing.
Yeah, it was wild. Absolutely.
The dude was pulling the bag over the thing.
If I was Pirelli, I'd be slapping my own damn self
hide
too.
the evidence.
That's rough.
Don't look over here.
It's rough. No doubt.
Throw it in the lake.
Hide the evidence. Throw it in a lake somewhere. Give it a cement foot bath. Give those tires a cement foot bath. Drop it into the Caspian Sea.
Seriously.
Let it go right to the bottom. Because nobody should be seeing these tires. All right, man.
It was comical the way the guy's even pulling the bag over that tire.
Old school.
It was out of control. It was somebody seeing some stoner movie. It's somebody seeing some stoner movie. What tires? Nothing to see here. I don't know what you're talking about.
What tires? What tires? What are you talking about? We're taking them up back. We took the tires out back. And we, what tires? What are you talking about? You got to play it off, man. You got to play it off. But they did a bad job. They did a really bad job hiding it. they are going to have something to answer to. But I think you're going to have something to answer to, too. I think me as well, because coming up in our next segment, we put some bets down, some Greeny bucks in Greentopia last night, and we're going to check out how we did. Big time payout. I think it was over 1,000 to 1 if you hit the trifecta. Let's see if Cheese hit the trifecta, or I hit the trifecta when we return. Greeny and the Cheese in the Paddock F1. Back after this.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Yes, welcome back, F1 Lunatics in the Paddock F1, Greeny and the Cheese. And for everyone's favorite segment of the week, are we cashing in or are we checking out? And we be checking out for goddamn sure. Because our bets were trash. Get in that car.
Yeah.
Start driving to Mexico, son. Trash.
Yeah, make a run for the border, son. Make a run for the border because at least we're betting with Greeny bucks and not real money, so that gives me a little more confidence. I don't have to run from anyone in particular. But yeah, I can give you our grand total at the moment. In first place is you, 880 Greeny bucks, and I am in second place with 715 Greeny bucks, or in this case, also known as last place. Yeah, we both had Max Verstappen for the win. That was looking good until about 4 laps to go, and I had Hamilton, Verstappen, Leclerc, 1, 2, 3. You had Max Lewis, Leclerc, 1, 2, 3. All of that was. You were definitely a little closer. You were a little closer. All fell apart. I had Bottas as the biggest riser. He was, lost 2 positions, and you had Lance Stroll as the biggest riser, and he didn't.
Who was rising really? Who was on the prowl to be the winner of that? And then his tire explodes. I had a winner there.
Yeah. That's not how it works, though.
Had a winner.
It's not
there.
how it works. It's not like a part of the race that you get for. You get nothing. You lose. So yeah,
big cans of note.
I guess next week we'll have to gear up and make some solid bets because we're starting to trickle here. But you have plenty left. You got 880 left. I think you have plenty of time to make moves, and I'm starting to.
What are you down
taking
to?
on a little bit of water. Taking on a little bit of water to go. 7:15.
Yeah, we only need the bucket right now. We only need the bucket right now. You're getting a lot more holes in your boat than I am. What are you down to?
715.
What's your number?
Is the number
715. I'm at what?
That's correct.
What was I at again? 8 what?
880.
880.
He's writing it down just to make sure we're all kosher.
He's right. That's right. I'm putting it in the old notebook as well.
All right, he's putting it in the old notebook. Oh man! And on that note, and then notebook, any final
thoughts? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty happy with that little lead right there.
Well, you're losing. You haven't won a single race yet. You haven't won a single bet.
I haven't had any bets, but that's I haven't won anything, but I got a nice little healthy lead there.
You're like the kid playing dodgeball, and you're like standing in the back the whole time, hanging out in front of like the big guy, right? Hanging in front of the chubby guy, letting him take the hits for you. And you're back there, and you're like, yeah, there's like 6 guys out.
There is a strategy here. There is a strategy.
You haven't done anything. You haven't done anything. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next week,
son.
All right. Whatever. It's whatever. Anyway, on that note, any final thoughts on Baku 2021?
Oh, it was Baku. Absolutely exciting. Such a great race. Utter madness. Pirelli got some explaining to do. Massive missed opportunities. Might be able to look back on this race as a turning point for somebody to win a championship, but not so much. When the two leaders got a big fat can of nopes. We got 2 weeks.
Yeah, this could have been Max's day. This could have been Max's day to take a big fat lead in the as well as Red Bull taking a big fat lead in the Constructors Championship. Not that it's still very early. That did not happen. They definitely continued or took a further lead. Red Bull did in the Constructors. And with Mercedes getting no points, 6 points in the last 2 races from Mercedes. That's all you got to know about the last 2 races here. 6 total points for Mercedes in the last 2 races. They're going to hope to make it up next race. Where are we going next time, Cheese?
We are...
I thought you had all this down.
I did not have all this down. I apologize.
We go to France? We go to France in 2 weeks?
France is next in 2 weeks. I believe the 18th through the 20th. We are at
18th to the 20th.
Paul Richard in the land of France.
There you go. I was correct. We are going to France 2 weeks from last night. We have, of course, our Saturday night special after qualifying. Join us after qualifying in 2 weeks. And then, of course, in 2 weeks, we have the Sunday night special, Father's Day special here in the U.S. A little bit of race review, a little preview, a little review. Leave them wanting more, right, Cheese?
Darn right.
He's speechless. The ponies died today, and he's speechless. All right.
Well, I had a reckoning racing, man. I had a
reckoning
racing today, and it really got me ticked off. So,
now you got something to say.
What's that?
I got something to say. All right.
We'll see you.
We're out of here. I'll see you in 2 weeks, dude.
For France.
See you in a fortnight. La France. Viva la France.
Viva la France.
Peace.